Hello, everybody. Welcome to the last class.
Hey.
You made it all the way to now. You can give yourself a pat on the back. Okay. We're going to start from the first class. This is the one that we did in person. I think, Joy, you weren't here. Susan, you weren't here. Jeffrey, were you there or no? Were you there for the first class?
Probably.
The one that we did outside? I think you were there.
Yeah, I was there for the outside class.
Okay. So for you, it'll be familiar. For other people, it might be new, but it's good to, okay. Let's see.
Shalom Manishma, right?
Okay, so the first thing we did, there, I got it. Hannah, please. I got it. So the first thing that we did was say hello in Hebrew and goodbye. We learned how to introduce ourselves. So hello is
Shalom.
shalom. Yeah, shalom is to say hello or to say goodbye. I think that we all know, right?
Yes.
Now, if you want to say how are you? How are you? Say if you're saying to a man, you'll say mashlomcha.
Mashallah.
Yeah, literally it's shalom. Do you see the word shalom and shlomcha?
Shalom.
Do you see the word shalom?
Okay.
So mashlomcha literally means ma means like literally ma means what, but shlomcha is shalom lecha, peace to you.
Shalom.
Yeah, lecha is to you. So mashlomcha is like how are you doing?
Mashlomka.
Yeah. Let's all say it together. Mashlomcha.
Mashlomka.
Good. And if you're talking to a woman, or to a girl, you'd say mashlomich. Mashlomich. Because the cha is masculine and the ch is feminine.
Oh.
If you're talking to Jeffrey, we'd say mashlomcha. Let's say that together. Mashlomcha.
Mashlomka.
If we're talking to Chana, we'd say mashlomich.
Mashlomech.
Yeah. And another way of doing it, which I didn't put here, is like manishma. Literally is like what's heard. Because like Shema Yisrael, Hero Israel, say like manishma, what's up? Like that's another way. A lot of times it's a more informal way, but a lot of times you'll hear it. Although I didn't write it over here. Manishma. Yeah, a lot of times you hear people say shalom, manishma.
What's happening?
Yeah, and then they would say, kol beseder, everything's good.
Is it possible? Would it be possible for you to send this page as an attachment?
I think I sent all of them in an email. Did you get it?
I got the email today, but this page isn't on it. The review isn't on it. I went page by page.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'll check it up after then.
Okay.
So let's say we had a conversation. Let's say if we say hello, how do we say that?
Shalom.
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 Now, if I would talk to Jeffrey, what would I say? For asking Jeffrey, how are you?
Mashlomcha.
Excellent.
Shalom.
Joy, what would you say for saying how are you to Jeffrey?
Shalom Manishma.
Manishma or mashlomcha. Excellent. Jeffrey, what would you say if you're talking to Joy or Susan? How would you say it?
Mashlomech.
Mashlomech. Excellent.
Good job. Jeff.
Another good word to know, which I forgot to put it here, is hakol beseder. Hakol is everything. Kol means all.
Oh.
Hakol. Hakol means everything.
Oh.
You'd say like hakol beseder, everything's fine. Beseder is a good word. Literally it means
my granddaughter says that a lot to me.
Yeah, it's just like a useful word to know. I didn't write it, but I didn't think of it when I made the paper, but now that I'm just going through it, I'm like, oh, it's a good one. Yeah, kol beseder. Everything's literally beseder means in order.
Oh.
You know, when we have the Passover Seder, it's called a Seder, like they just pronounce it more in Israel like Seder, but like beseder. But literally from the word Seder means order. There's an order to have Kadesh, Orchatz, Karpas, Yachatz. Yeah.
So you can say Shalom Manishma, and she can say Hakol Beseder.
Yeah, or you could say Hakol Beseder, is everything okay? And you could say Ken.
Oh, say Hakol. Yeah, okay.
Beseder, Ken.
Ken? Yeah, because yes.
Yeah, Ken is yes and lo is no. Yeah.
I knew that.
And then if you want to say like nice to meet you, You could say na'im lehakir. Na'im literally means a pleasure. Like yom na'im, you'd say have a nice day. You'd say yom na'im.
Yom
You'd say
na'im.
na'im lehakir. Le means to. Remember, le is one of the prefixes we learned in the
Na-
previous classes. Lehakir. Hakir is literally means to recognize, but it's like nice to meet you.
Hakir.
You'd say like nice to meet you, na'im lehakir. If you want to say you, it's na'im lehakir otcha. But if you want to just you forget about it, like boy or girl, so you could just say na'im lehakir. It's just the simplest way, which literally means nice to meet, but it's like pleasure to meet you. And then, does anyone remember how to say see you later? We did that the first class. Jeffrey, you remember? Lehitraot. Oh, I think Joy, you said that yesterday. Was it? No, it must have been not yesterday because it was maybe on Saturday when you came to Shabbos.
Yes. When I left, yeah, and I said lehitraot.
Yeah, if you want to say like see you later, say lehitraot. It comes to the root word of ra'ah. The word ra'ah means to see. So lehitraot, to see you later. Yeah, lehitraot.
I'm writing something here so I won't forget.
Yeah, no worries.
See you, and that's see you later.
Yeah.
Oh,
See you
got it.
later.
Lehitro. What song is
Lehitro.
that? Lehitro. Shalom, 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 chaverim, shalom, chaverim.
Oh,
Isn't it-
chaverim means friends. Chaver is a friend. Chaverim are friends, plural.
Yeah, but there's a song that ends in.
Oh, yeah, it's that song.
Lehitraot.
Lehitraot.
Is it that
Lehitraot.
song?
Yeah.
All right. I have to stretch way back to get that, in my memory.
Remember way back when.
From Hebrew school and Sunday school. And,
Yep.
yeah.
And then, Varda came on. Varda, welcome.
Hey. What's welcome in Hebrew?
Bruchim habaim.
Ivrit.
You'd say bruchim habaim.
Brokim habaim.
Yeah. Varda, could you hear us?
Yes, I can. Hi,
Good.
everyone.
So we just reviewed the first class. We'll do it as a review for you. You ready, Varda?
Yes.
So first word, if you want to say hello to someone, the first class we did, it was in person. If you weren't there, don't worry, it'll be new, but we'll just review it anyways. Say hello is in Hebrew is, how do we say it?
Shalom.
Shalom.
Boom.
Good. And it's also goodbye. So if you want to say, how are you? How would we say it? Susan, how would we say, how are you? To a man.
Mashlomcha.
Mashlomcha. Varda, are you familiar? It seems like you have some sort of a Hebrew background.
A little bit. It's hard to remember what I remember and what I don't. But yes,
Okay.
Mashlomcha.
Mashlomcha. If you're talking to a man, if you're talking to Jeffrey, you'd say mashlomcha.
Mashlomcha.
Literally, it's shalom lecha, peace to you. So it's
Shalom
mashlomcha, like
lecha.
how are you? And then if you're talking to Joy, Susan, if you're talking to Joy, what would you say?
Mashlomech. Mashlomech.
Mashlomich.
Yeah, that was so good. I hope
Excellent.
Mashlomech.
Mashlomich is if you're talking to a woman, you're saying, how are you?
Right.
Were you
Yeah.
familiar with that, Varda? Is it coming back to you?
I forgot how to say how are you to female.
So she
and I
just
do
said it,
know-
yeah. So
I do know
mashlomich.
Mashlomech.
Yeah, you could say it a few times. Mashlomich.
Mashlomech.
Yeah.
Mashlemek.
And if you're
Not
talking to Jeffrey, you'd say
marshmallow.
mashlomcha. Shcha is you.
Mashlomcha. I think I was saying mashlomcha to everyone.
Okay.
Yeah, mashlomech.
And if you can't remember, Varda, if you can't remember whether it's mashlomcha or mashlomich, you could say also like manishma. Literally, it means what's heard, whether male or female.
Yeah, manishma.
Yeah.
What's what?
Ma nishma. Literally, it means like what's heard, but like what's up.
Like the 4 questions.
Right.
And I do know litraot.
Hitraot, to see you later. Good.
Lehitraot.
And then if you want to say pleasure to meet you, it's na'im is pleasure. Na'im.
Naim
Lehakir is to meet you.
to meet you.
Uh,
Yeah.
Pleasure lachahir.
Is Naim lehakir.
Lachahir.
You got it.
Is it lehitraot or
Yeah.
ode?
Lehitraot with a T at the end.
Hitraot.
Lehitraot.
Yeah. Say lehitraot. Shalom.
Shalom. Tada
Yeah.
rabba.
And then if you want to say thank you, how would you say that?
Tudaraba.
Toda. Toda. Thanks. Toda rabba. Thank you very much.
Oh, okay. Tuda.
If you can't remember rabbi, you could just say toda. It works too. We're gonna try to keep it as simple as we can because it's like the crash. Today's the crash course of the crash course. So,
Yeah.
So this is the last
the last
lesson?
one. Yeah. We had a few
Oh.
breaks. So that's why I was like, yeah, reviewing is always important. And then just hearing things in Hebrew, it's good. Like even after the course is over, this is just like a 6-week introductory course. There's really so much to really having a language being second nature.
No,
You mean I
know.
can't get hired as a translator now?
But just anything you do in Hebrew, like you'll be able to, even if you learn more online, learn more Hebrew, or you'll hear a Hebrew music video, or you'll hear a conversation in Hebrew, you'll know a little bit to be able to learn more, basically.
I'm gonna practice that when I go to Israel, Mashki.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay. Now here's the interrogative words, like the question words. If we say what, where, who, why, when. So, and if you want to say what do you say that?
Ma.
What is
Ma.
ma? Like ma shlomcha, right?
Shlomka.
Ma.
Ma shlomech.
Yeah.
Ma shlomech.
Ma is what?
Ma.
Ma sha'a.
Yeah. If you want to say what time is it, it's ma hasha'a. What time is it?
Ma hasha'a.
Yeah.
Oh wait, Mahasha'a. Mahasha'a.
Yeah.
Mm.
If you want to ask where, if you are somewhere and you want to know where somewhere is, how would you say where in Hebrew?
Efo.
Efo. You'd say good. Efo. Do you want to say like where's the central bus station? Remember? So
Right.
slicha, efo. That's on the bottom. The useful words. I did central bus station. Tachana merkazit over here. Merkazit means central, and tachana merkazit, the central bus stop. I just thought of some more useful words, but we'll see if we get through these. So where is Efo? Say Efo HaKotel. Where's the Kotel? Here's Kotel in useful words. Kotel Western Wall.
Yeah.
Efo Ha means the. Efo HaKotel. Where's the Kotel?
Efo HaKotel.
Yeah. Efo HaTachana Merkazit. You want to say where's the grocery store? Efo Ha grocery store is
Makolot.
Makolet. Good. Makolet.
Makolet.
Another way for grocery store, you could say Hashuk is the marketplace. Efo Hashuk.
Hashuk. Yeah.
True.
That sounds like that Indian guy, Asuk.
Yeah. They pronounce the U like Efo Hashuk.
Efo Hashuk is grocery, right?
Yeah, is where's the grocery store? Good.
Grocery store.
You want to say where's the beach? I didn't put beach in. I just thought of it right now. Efo HaChof or Chof Yam. Where's the beach?
Efo Hako.
HaChof. Chof.
Kof. Oh.
Yeah, Chof with a cha, the guttural like.
The Chof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chof Yam is the beach.
Kof.
The Chof Yam.
Yeah.
The Chof Yam Ashkelon.
What?
The Chof Yam, the beach in Ashkelon. Ashkelon.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that's Efo. If you remember Efo, that's good. If you want to know where something is in Israel, you can say Efo Ha, where is the, and then wherever it is that you need to go.
Efo Ha.
Yeah, Efo is where, Ha is the.
The.
Yeah.
Is bathroom bat shamush or?
Oh,
what?
Sherutim.
Okay.
Oh, that's a good one to know. Efo Ha. In Israel, they say Sherutim. If you say Sherutim, they know you're American. The Israelis are very good at rolling their Sherutim, yeah, or Sherutim. It's fine. If you say Sherutim, where's the bathroom? That's fine.
What's the way they say it? What's the?
Sherutim.
That's the way they, oh, I see.
Yeah, they roll the reishes or the R's.
Oh,
like
she'eratim.
sherutim, yeah. Okay, if you want to say who, like in
Me,
Purim story, who's that man? Who's the evil man? Haman? Me, who's that? Is that who?
me.
Me is who?
Me.
Who is he? Yeah. Me, who's that? Who is it? Zez it. Who is it?
Who dat
Me,
say that
who's
what I
that?
say
Me, is
be
that who? So
Who
me
dat?
is who?
Me is who. Who dat say that what I say be who dat.
Oh,
Yeah.
and Lamu is why.
Lama.
Let's say, who wants to go? Mi rotzeh lalechet. Who wants to go to the party? Mi rotzeh lalechet lemesiba. Who wants to go to the party?
Ah, Merata.
Mi
That's
rotzeh or mi rotzah.
Ani.
Ani rotzah. Yeah. So me is who. Now, if you want to say why in Hebrew is
Lama.
lama.
Oh,
Say lama, why?
Lama lo.
Lama lo, why not?
oh, okay. So that's a negative thing. Okay, why
If I
not?
would say to, let's say if I would say to a woman, I'd say, At rotzeh lalechet lemesiba, and she would say, lama lo, why not?
Lama law.
Yeah. And if you want to talk to a boy, you would say, Ata rotzeh lalechet lemesiba. And a girl would say, At rotzah.
Oh,
Yeah, but we didn't get there yet. Don't worry about it. We're jumping. I'll see how much we can get through of the review because it's like kind of like it's a lot of.
Are
information that
you
we're
gonna
doing.
offer it again, like in 6 months or a year?
We'll see. Maybe we'll do something with Hebrew in it.
Yeah.
that sounds
Okay.
good.
Beseder. If you want to say when, how would you say when in Hebrew? Is
Matai.
matai is when.
Thai.
Matai.
Okay.
If you would say when do you want to go, you'd say matai at rotza lalechet or matai ata rotza lalechet. When do you want to go? Matai. Let's say it together. Matai.
Matai.
The more you say it, the more you'll remember it. It's been proven, by the way, that if you say something or do something, you have a way higher chance of remembering something.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
if you just hear it-
40%.
Yeah, if you just
10%.
hear it, it's only 20%. If you say it, it goes up to like 90%.
I know these. It's 10% if you hear, 20% if you see, 40% if you do, 80% if you teach. It's
Oh,
one of the
wow.
reasons why. Yeah.
But teach it to
Except
someone
if
else.
you're a
then.
kind of learner like me and you don't get anything unless you touch it. I have to write it to get it. I can say it 5 billion times and I don't get it until I write it.
Okay, so how do we say what? Susan, how do we say
Ma.
what? Good.
Ma.
Let's all say, how do we say what?
Ma.
Ma. Let's all say it. Ma.
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 How do we say where? Varda. How do we say where?
Afo.
Afo. Let's all say it. How do we say where?
Afo.
Afo. So if you want to say where's the central bus station, how do we say that?
Afo.
Afo hatachaneh
Merkazit.
merkazit. If we want to say where's the kotel, how do we say that?
Afo.
Afo hakotel.
Hotel.
If you want to say where's the grocery store, how do we say that?
Afo.
Afo hamakolet.
Akola.
Yeah, shuk is another good one. If you want to
Shuk.
say where's the shuk, how do you say that? Afo hashuk.
Sure.
Shuk.
Afo hashuk.
Yeah, Americans say more shuk and Israelis say shuk.
Shuk.
Ah, Shuk.
If you want to say when, how do you say when?
Aye.
Joy,
Matai.
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 Jeffrey, how do you say why? Jeffrey, how do you say why?
Lama. Lama. Lama.
Good.
Lama.
Lama, excellent. Mitsuyan, excellent. Okay, anachnu namshich. We're gonna continue.
Okay.
Now we're gonna go to adjectives. So how do you say good?
Tov.
Tov, excellent. Good is tov. If you want to say
Right.
good morning, you'd say boker tov. Let's all say that. Boker tov. If you want to say good night, you'd say lila tov. Lila tov. Good.
Erev Tov.
Yeah, erev tov is
Erev-
good evening.
Good evening, yeah.
Yeah. How do you say bad? is ra.
Ra.
Yeah, I didn't write the Hebrew in here. I didn't have room. I was trying to squish everything into a few pages.
Ra sounds like that. That's a very expressive word to say bad.
Right. But it's a good thing to you'd say like ata margish tov or ata margish ra. Do you feel good? Do you feel bad? You could say ani lo margisha tov. I don't feel well.
Anilo.
A girl would say ani margisha as I feel, and a boy would say ani margish.
Margisha.
Yeah, ani margisha tov.
Oh, I see.
I feel well. Or ani lo margisha tov. I don't feel well. And a boy, Jeffrey, would say ani margish tov or ani lo margish tov. But here's
Ani
tov.
margisha tov.
Yeah. So Jeffrey, how do we say good?
Tov.
How do we say good, Jeffrey?
I say tov.
Tov, tov,
Tov.
tov. How do we say bad, Susan?
Ra.
Ra. Or you could say lo tov.
Low tov. Oh,
Yeah, is lo tov is not good.
right. Low tov.
Yeah. Ani lo margisha tov. I don't feel good.
Anilo margisha.
Yeah. Now, if you want to say big, how do you say big in Hebrew? Is gadol.
Oh,
Gadol.
gadol.
Gadol is big or large.
I've heard that word before, but I didn't know the meaning.
Yeah,
Gadol.
gadol. Yeah. And if you want to say small, you would say katan.
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 Let's all say it.
Katan.
How do we say big?
Gadol.
Gadol. How do we say small?
Katan.
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 Yeah.
Is kasat a word?
Which word?
Kasat?
Kasat. Not that I'm aware of.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I thought that was small, but it's katan.
Katan is small.
Okay.
Okay. So we did big, gadol. Let's all say it again. Big is
Gadol.
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 Small is
Katan.
katan. Now, if you want to say fast is maher.
My hair.
Maher. Let's say it again. Fast is
My
My
hair.
hair.
And if you want to say slow is le'at.
What?
Le'at is slow.
La'at.
If you want to ask someone to please speak slower, you could say bivakasha is please. Bivakasha ledaber le'at le'at.
La'at.
Babakasha lader laat laat.
Yeah, let's all say it together. Bivakasha is please.
Babakasha
Ledaber, like literally it means to speak, but it's like speak. Bivakasha ledaber
ledaber
le'at le'at.
laat laat.
Yeah.
Babakasha laat
Say that last word again, please. After
La'at.
ledaber, after speech.
Bivakasha ledaber le'at le'at. Slowly.
Blur.
That's very slow. Like le'at le'at is like, you could say le'at is slow. Le'at le'at is like very slow.
Very.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Bibakasha.
You could say ani Amerikai. I'm American. Ani lo Israeli. I'm not Israeli.
Hello, isn't it? Well,
Yeah.
Low, laat.
Yeah.
Low American. Yeah.
Yeah. You could say ani American. Ani lo Israeli. I'm not Israeli.
Lone Israeli.
well,
Yeah,
I was born there, so I'm actually technically Israeli, but I
right.
left when I was a year and a half. So
So you're an Israeli that lost the language.
yes, very sad.
Yeah. Or if you want to say I don't understand, you'd say ani lo mevina. If you want to tell them you don't understand. Ani lo
Anilo
mevina. And a man would say ani lo mevin. I don't understand. Yeah. Because
I
sometimes they speak so fast that you can't understand what they're saying. So you want to say like ani lo. A girl would say ani lo mevina. Bivakasha ledaber la'at la'at. And a man would say ani lo mevin. Bivakasha ledaber la'at la'at.
La'at.
But I think mevin is a good word to know. Like
Yeah.
I understand. You could say ani mevina, or Jeffrey would say ani mevin, or ani lo mevina. I don't understand, or ani lo mevin. So let's all say it together. How do you say I understand?
Ani
Ani
Mevina.
Minava.
Ani
Me,
mevina. I understand.
Mevina.
Yeah. Or ani lo mevina. I don't understand.
Bivina is understand.
Yeah. And Jeffrey, what would you say since you're a man? How do you say I understand?
Ani Mivan.
Ani mevin. Yeah.
Is
With the
Mivin.
ani mevin. And how do you say I don't understand?
Ani Li.
Ani
Me.
lo.
Ani La Mavin.
Good. Ani lo mevin. I don't understand.
Lo Mavin.
Good.
So it's low, not Li. Then.
Yeah. Lo is I don't or no or don't.
Okay, low.
Mevina.
Yeah. Oh, here I have thank you over here. I think I wrote it twice.
No doubt.
Toda, thank you. It's a good one to know. So how do you
Yes.
say thank you?
Toda.
Oh,
It's
and
simple
a
enough
good
for
one
me
to
to
know. I didn't write it here. Asking how do we say? Ich omrim, how do we say? You know what to know. You could pick something up and say, Ich omrim et zeh. How do you, like, if you want to know, like, you pick up a fork and you want to know, what is this? How do you say this? You'd say, like, Ich omrim zeh. And they would say, "Matrei."
In ihor
Ich omrim literally means how do we say?
It's sort of like a qu'est-ce que c'est in Spanish.
It's a good, like, it's a good word to know if you're in Israel and you want to know, like, how do you say something and you forgot it or like it slipped your mind.
Uh-huh. Ihomrim.
Ich omrim zeh. And they would say, Tzalachat. Ich omrim
What?
zeh.
Ichomin.
Ich is how.
Program.
Omrim is we say. How do, literally, how do we say this?
Oh, rim.
Ich omrim, yeah.
Ichorim.
Ich omrim. Because it would be omer, omeret, omrim, omrot. So omrim is plural.
Uh-huh. Homrim. Okay.
Yeah.
Ech omrim.
Yeah. How do we say?
Oi, 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 oi.
Don't worry, it's a lot. I'll tee that. Don't worry. It is a lot, but however much you're able to grasp is, I'm just trying to review everything. So if it's a little too much to remember everything, don't worry.
It'll come back though if you hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the more you hear it, the better it is.
Uh-huh.
So. And okay, next one. If you want to say a cup of water, you'd say cup of water. Do you see cup of water over here? A cup in Hebrew is kos. Kos is cup. Kos mayim is cup of water.
It's my
Kos mayim. Yeah.
Mayim. Okay.
If you're thirsty and you'd say like, do you have a cup of water? Yesh lacha. Yesh lacha kos mayim? Do you have, or if you're talking to a woman, you say yesh lach kos mayim?
Mayim.
Yeah. Yesh is have. So you'd say yesh lacha is do you have?
Yes.
Do you have masculine? Like yesh lacha kos mayim, do you have a cup of water? Or yesh lach kos mayim? If you're talking to a woman?
Yes. Yeah. Mayim.
Yeah, yesh lach or yesh lacha?
Yes.
Or if you can't remember that, if you remember it, I need tzricha kos mayim, I need a cup of water.
Oh, you just
Or
say
bavakasha, you could say bavakasha kos mayim if you can't remember that. It's good to know a few words in your vocabulary. So if you forget one, you can use another one. So if you remember that bavakasha is please, but you couldn't remember how to say yesh lacha, do you have? You could say bavakasha kos mayim.
Kush.
Yeah, like
So please a cup of water. Okay.
yeah, a cup of water, please.
Kus, is that kus or kush?
Yeah, kos means cup, and then mayim is water.
Kus.
Oh.
Yeah. So how do you say cup in Hebrew?
Kos.
Kos. How do you say water?
Mayim.
Mayim.
Mayim bisason. That was a really old song. I think I remember from the time I was.
I'm really old, you guys.
Oh, I know that song. I like that song.
So how do you say please? How do you say please?
Bavakasha.
Bavakasha. It's please and you're welcome.
Bavakasha.
I didn't write it in useful words, but it is a very useful word to know.
Bavakasha.
Yeah, bavakasha is please and you're welcome.
BV. Bavakasha.
Yeah,
Bevakasha.
bevakasha.
Yeah, that's important.
Yeah, and then if you need someone's telephone number, I was thinking if you wanted, that's like a good one to know. Miss
Mhm.
Par is number. See Miss
Par.
Par over here. Miss Par is number, telephone. Literally, it's telephone is telephone. And Hebrew,
Oh.
they took it from the English.
Oh,
It's not
So
a
you-
uniquely Hebrew word. A lot of
Miss-
times sometimes you'll hear, like, if you don't know how to say something in Hebrew, just try saying it in English. And sometimes it's the same thing. Like, because it's saying if it's like a technology word, like technology, like, I don't know, they have certain words that it's like the same thing in Hebrew and English.
Probably telescope would
Technology
be,
or something, like, it sounds like technology.
probably telescope or microscope would be.
Yeah, like a lot of these things, it's the same thing. So Miss Par's number, telephone is telephone.
This part.
So if you say, like, what's your telephone number? Maha Miss Par telephone. Shalcha. Shalcha. Oh, shalcha is, I think, a good one to know, of yours. What's
Shalha.
your telephone? Miss Par telephone shalcha. Maha Miss Par
Shal-
telephone shalcha. Or shalach. If you're talking to a girl, you'd say shalach. If you're talking to a boy, you'd say shalcha.
Shalha.
Yeah. So how do we say telephone number?
Miss Part
Par
telephone.
telephone. Let's say it
Miss
again.
Par
How do we say
telephone.
telephone number?
Miss
Miss
Par
Par telephone.
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 Miss
Yeah.
Par telephone.
And how do we say your for to man? Shel
Shal-
cha. Yeah, shel means of, cha means your. So shel cha is of yours.
Shalha.
Yeah.
Shalha.
Yeah. So if I want to say what's your telephone number, Joy, if I want to say what's your
Ma.
telephone number to Jeffrey, I'd say Mom
I-
is for telephone shel cha to Jeffrey.
Shalka.
Mom is part of telephone.
Yeah.
Shalka.
Mom,
And then-
Miss Par telephone. Shalha.
And then Varda, if we want to know your telephone number, we'd say Mom is for telephone shalach.
Shalach.
Yeah,
Mom is
shel
part
means of,
telephone.
shalach, the ch at the end is your, feminine. So Miss Par telephone
Shalha.
is telephone number.
Shalha and Shalha.
Par telephone.
Yeah.
When I was in Israel, I used a lot, Efo, Miss Part autobus.
Oh, that's a good one. What's the number? Yeah, what? That's right.
Miss
the-
Part Arba.
Yeah, the
Efo
buses,
autobus.
autobus is a bus. That's a good one to know. Autobus.
Autobus.
Yeah. Right. A lot of times the buses have numbers. Ma mispar shel autobus shelcha. Ma mispar autobus.
Mm.
Or a michonit is a taxi.
Bechoni.
Michonit.
Mechanic.
An auto is a car.
Mhm.
If it's information overload, don't worry about it. Whatever's on your paper, like I was trying to think, it's impossible to remember everything. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I just trying to think, like, what are some, ways that we could take the crash course and just put it into a few papers and to just review it to hopefully remember a little bit more. Okay, are we done with the first page?
Yeah.
Okay. So now we are going to go to, whoops. Okay, so we're up to the second page.
Ani ata ki amo.
Okay,
Ni-
so remember we did the pronouns?
Yes.
Okay, say I. This should be familiar because we did this every
Ani.
class. So I in Hebrew is,
Ani.
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 Yeah. If you'd say I am speaking, you would say, now skip to the verbs. Ani midaberet. I am speaking.
Ani medaber.
Midaber.
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
Jeffrey would say ani midaber.
Oh,
Ani met the bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you say I am speaking Hebrew, a woman would say ani. What would say midaber, midaberet? Which one?
Met the bed.
Good. Ani midaberet ivrit. I am speaking Hebrew.
Ani met the bed. Ani lo met the bed ivrit.
You're not
Okay.
Okay, so ani is I. I think everyone knows that, right? Everyone
Yeah.
remembers that?
Ani.
If you want to say you is, how do we say you in Hebrew? You is ata. Oops.
Oh,
Ah,
Ata.
Ata.
Yeah. If you want to tell Jeffrey, Ata medaber ivrit, are you speaking Hebrew? Let's all say that. Ata medaber ivrit.
Ata medaber ivrit.
Yeah. If you want to say, are you talking in Hebrew? See the prefixes? In Hebrew is be.
And
So,
Be.
Ata medaber be ivrit, are you talking in Hebrew?
Be.
Be is in.
In.
It's a prefix.
Ata.
Okay, so how do you say you feminine? Is
Ata.
at. So you
Oh, I
say at medaberet be'ivrit. You're talking in Hebrew.
Medaber.
Medaberet.
Medaber. Medaber.
At so how do we say, are you talking in Hebrew? How do we say that, Varda? Are you
Ad
feminine?
medaberet ivrit.
Yeah, you're talking Hebrew. Excellent. Mitsuyan. Or you want to say, are you talking in Hebrew? At medaberet be'ivrit.
Medaber.
How do you say it? Bit?
Bit is in. Yeah.
Bit.
bit is in.
So
Bit
Joy,
is
how
in.
do we say, are you talking in Hebrew? Are you speaking Hebrew?
At. Medaber. Be.
So if you say at is feminine. So we would say medaber, medaberet. Which one?
Medaber.
Medaberet.
Medaberet, yeah.
Yeah,
With a
this,
bird.
Ata. Medaberet. Be.
yeah, be'ivrit. Excellent. Mitsuyan.
Ivrit.
And
Mitzi.
Jeffrey, how would you say, are you talking in Hebrew? Let's say to a man. How would you say that?
With a bear.
Good.
Oh,
And say, are you talking in Hebrew?
Atam with a bear.
Good. Ata medaber. How do you say in Hebrew?
Atam with a bear. Be Hebrew.
Be'ivrit. Good.
Bit of it.
Excellent. Mitsuyan. Now he in Hebrew is who.
Who?
Like
Who?
me, who's that? Me is who. From the perm story, the Megillah. Me, who's that? Who is it? Who is he?
Me, who's that?
Who is he and he is she?
It's
Me,
who?
So
who's
he is who.
me, who's that?
And he, how do you say she in Hebrew?
Hi.
She
He.
is he.
He.
Oh,
He.
it looks
Oh,
like
that's
hi.
right.
I wasn't sure how to do
He.
he transliterated. Maybe
It's
he.
he.
But he. She is he.
Oh, he is he.
So if you
Ah,
want to say she is speaking in Hebrew, he medaberet be'ivrit.
Medaber.
She is speaking in Hebrew.
Ivrit.
Everett.
Good.
Be.
So Varda, how do you say she's speaking in Hebrew?
She,
She is.
he medaberet be ivrit.
Good. And Jeffrey, how do we say he is speaking in Hebrew?
Who? Who with a bear. Be Ivrit.
Excellent.
Mm.
Mitsuyan. Tov. Tov ma'od. Very good. Now we want to say we are talking in Hebrew. We in Hebrew is
Anachnu.
anachnu. So we'd say anachnu. Now, would we say anachnu medaber or anachnu medabrim? Which one would we say?
Nachnu mit a brim.
Good. Medabrim is plural. The im at the end means the plural. Anachnu medabrim.
Nachnu mit a brim.
The brim.
So we're speaking in Hebrew. Anachnu medabrim be'ivrit. So let's all say that together. We are speaking in Hebrew.
Nachnu
Anachnu
Anachnu
medabrim be'ivrit.
ivrit.
Good. So now if you want to say you plural, like all of you, remember I would say to you guys, are you ready? I would say atem muchanim. Are you ready?
Right.
Atem is you. Atem.
Atem.
Atem is you plural.
Atem mit a brim. Be Ivrit.
Yeah, atem medabrim be'ivrit. You are speaking in Hebrew. Or are you ready to continue? Atem muchanim lahamshich. Are you ready to continue? So atem is you plural for both male and female.
Oh,
And if it's just female, if it's just women, you would say aten. If it's a
Aten.
group of girls, you'd say aten.
Oh.
Aten muchanot. you'd say, are you ready? So you wouldn't say aten muchanim, you would say aten muchanot, because
Kanot.
aten muchanot lahamshich, are you ready to continue? If we're talking to a group of girls. If you're talking to men and women, you'd say atem muchanim.
Mokanim. Mokanim.
And then haim is they, masculine. So they are ready to continue. Haim muchanim lahamshich, they are ready. Or haim medabrim be'ivrit, they are speaking in Hebrew.
And
Haim medabrim.
Him made a break.
And if it's they all, if they're all a group of girls, you would say they would be hain.
and
Hain for
Hain.
feminine. You would say
Hain.
they are speaking in Hebrew. If it was a group of girls, you'd say hain medabrot. They are speaking be'ivrit.
Made a break.
And
They made
medabrot.
the pro.
Yeah. I just did it for present tense. I just did it with 2 verbs, but you could do this with any verb you have. You'd say, I am eating. You'd say, ani ochelet, or a man would say, ani ochel, and it would be ochlim, ochlot for the verb eating. If you have the verb seeing, it would be ro'eh, ro'ah, ro'im, ro'ot. See the pattern?
Yeah.
Yeah, or what's another verb? Or we are sitting. Yoshev, yoshevet, yoshvim, yoshvot.
the walking verb. So we did a walking verb a while back.
We are learning. Let's say if a boy would say, would be lomed, lomedet, lomdim, lomdot. But it's only these 4 for present tense. The
don't
way you know
differentiate.
that it's a present tense is, oh, actually this one doesn't have the cholam, the O sound. But a lot of them have the O sound, like ochel, ochelet, ochlim, ochlot, lomed, lomedet, lomdim, lomdot. What's another one? Yoshev, that's the O sound. Yoshev, yoshevet, yoshvim, yoshvot. I am sitting, you are sitting, we are sitting. You remember zocher, zocheret, zochrim, zochrot. So I don't expect you to remember every single verb, but if you could recognize if it's present tense, that would be good. I did the verb of rotzeh, want. Rotzeh is, let's say if a man would say, ata rotzeh, do you want? Ata rotzeh lalecha, do you want to go? So you'd say rotzeh, rotzah, rotzim, rotzot. So if you'd say to Jeffrey, you'd say, do you want to go now? You'd say, what would you say? Which pronoun for you, for masculine? Which pronoun would it be?
Ata.
Ata, excellent.
Ta.
You'd
Oh,
say
that's-
ata, would it be rotzeh or rotzah? Which one?
Rotsi.
Let's say,
Rotzeh,
Rotzeh.
excellent. And then to go is lalechet.
I remember that
Yeah.
one.
Ata rotzeh lalechet, do you want to go? And if you're talking to, let's say, Joy, what would it be, ata or would it be at? What would it be? At.
Rotsa.
At, and then it would switch to rotzah. Excellent. At rotzah lalechet, do you want to go?
Lalakim. Yeah.
Yeah, lalechet. At rotzah lalechet, do you want to go?
Laket.
We want to go. How do we say we in Hebrew? Is
Anachnu,
anachnu.
Anachnu.
And you would say, yes, we want to go. Yes is ken.
En.
How do you say we? Anachnu.
Nachnu.
Rotzim. Lalechet. We want to go.
Lalakim.
And if it was only a group of girls, you would say, yes, we want to go. Ken.
Ken.
Anachnu rotzot.
No.
And not the rotzot.
Oh, Rotsut.
Yeah. Rotzot is only feminine. The ot at the end is feminine.
Nachnu,
Or you say, yes, they for girls want to go. Hen rotzot lalechet, they want to go. If it's a group of men, or men and women, you'd say, hem rotzim lalechet.
Him Rotsim. Rotsim.
Yeah. So let's, Susan, let me ask you, how do you say we want to go, men and women together?
Well, anachnu, but I can't remember, I can't see the words and I wasn't here for it.
Okay, rotzim is want
Rotzim.
for,
Anachnu
plural.
rotzim.
Yeah.
Rotzim.
Yep. And if it was a group of girls, and if you were only with women, how would you say we want to go?
Can
Joy, how do you say if you were a group of only women? How would you say it?
we anak nu rotsim? No, rotsa.
If you're
Rot-
only a group of women, you'd say rotsot.
Oh,
Rotsot.
rotsot. Oh,
Or
I
if it's
see.
they, only to a group of women, you'd say hein rotsot.
Rotsot. Oh,
Hein
okay.
rotsim, hein rotsot.
Hand rotsot.
Because hein is
Him
they
wrote sin,
for,
him wrote so.
hein is they for feminine.
And then for, oh, okay. They. Hen.
I think the most
Mhm.
important pronouns, I mean, if you could say some pronouns are more important than others, I think
Mhm.
I, like ani, let's say it. I is,
Ani,
you for a man is
ata,
ta.
Ata.
Ata is you for a man. You for a woman is
At.
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 And then I think we is important to know. We is
Anachnu.
nahnu. And then he
Anach.
and she is also kind of important. If you say she wants to go, if you'd say like she and you're pointing to her and you'd say I,
He.
yeah, you would say he is she.
He.
Who?
He is she. Who is he and he is she?
Who is he? And she is she.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little rhyme. Let's all say it together. Who is he
He and
and he is she?
Who is he and he is she?
He is she.
But I am not you and you are not me. Okay, so we did present tense, we reviewed. Excellent. Now, past tense. Or we'll do prefixes. That's a little bit easier than past tense. We'll give you guys a little break. So the is, how do you say the?
Wow.
Let's have everyone. How do you say the?
ha,
Ha.
Ha.
Ah,
You say the house, ha bayit is the house.
right,
Ha.
Ha bayit, the house.
Bayit.
The
Oh.
car is ha auto is the car.
auto,
Ha. Auto.
auto,
Ha.
You want to say the bus, you'd say ha autobus.
Ha. Autobus.
Yeah. If you want to say the hotel, how would you say it?
Ha. Hotel.
Ha.
Hotel.
Hotel.
A hotel.
Good. Tov. Tov ma'od. Very good. If you want to say two in Hebrew, it's
li,
le.
He.
Two
Le.
is le.
le,
Le.
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 You'd say, I want to get to somewhere. Ani rotsa lehagia is to get to.
Ani rotsa lehagia.
Or a woman would say, Ani rotsa lehagia.
Lehagia.
La-
Lehagia.
Lahage.
Ye.
Lehagia is to arrive. Ledaber is to speak.
Le.
Le is to. You want to say to the, how do you say to the? Is
It's
la.
la.
You change the li to la.
Ah, I see.
So
To-
li bayit is to a house. La bayit is to the house.
in the house.
le,
La.
le,
La.
How do you say
Bayit.
to the house?
La.
La
Bayit.
bayit. If you want to say to my house, la bayit shali. Shali is mine.
labayat shali,
Yeah.
Shelley. La. Bayit. Shelley.
If you want to say to your house, talking to Jeffrey, la bayit shelcha.
labayat shalha,
Yeah.
So,
Okay, so how do you say to the?
La.
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 Excellent. How do you say in? In Hebrew is
be,
Be.
be. Be.
Be.
Be.
Be.
Be. Be.
libet,
So
Be.
let's say in Hebrew, I'm talking in Hebrew. Ani medaberet be'ivrit. I'm talking in Hebrew.
I'm talking in
ani,
Ni.
the bear.
That's a bit.
Bear ivrit.
Ani medaberet. I am speaking be'ivrit in Hebrew.
Ivrit.
Be-
Ivrit.
every,
Oh, you don't just say any metaberative reads. You say any metaberative.
Be'ivrit. Yeah, in Hebrew.
Okay.
It's like I talking English or I'm talking in English.
Okay. Well, it's a giveaway that you don't talk a lot when you
Right.
say it without the the prefixes.
Yep. And if you want to say in the, it would switch from bit to
Ba.
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 Ba bayit, in the house. If you want to say there's a table in the house, yesh shulchan babayit. There's a
Yeah.
table.
Yel shachan babayit.
If you want to say I have a jacket in my car, yesh sveder ba'oto sheli.
Besweber be'oto sheli.
Sveder, yes, sveder. Oh, that would be bit in. Yeah, bit oto sheli, in my car. In the car, ba'oto yesh sweater. In the car, there is a sweater.
In the car.
And a ma'il is like a more of a coat. Ma'il is like what Joy is wearing. Yesh lach ma'il. If you want to say I'm cold, I need car.
Ani what?
Car is cold.
Car.
Oh,
Ani car.
I need my car.
Car. Okay. And a car. Cold.
Yeah. Or
That's
if you want to say I'm very hot, I need my cham.
What? Come.
You're cold because the window's open.
What is
I-
hot?
Hot is cham.
Say it again.
Cham is hot.
Come.
Cham.
Come,
Cham.
come,
Come.
come or
Cham
come?
bachutz. It's hot outside.
Come or come?
Cham or car. Car. Like a CAR is how to spell cold.
That's cold, but what about hot?
Hot is cham. Cham.
Come,
Cham with a ch.
come.
Hanukkah.
Okay,
Cham. So cham bachutz.
is hot.
Yeah.
Got it. Car,
Is cold.
come.
Car. Let me write it down.
Cold. What's and?
Oh,
and.
and I forgot the and prefix. Oh boy, thank you for
I just
reminding
used
me.
the,
And
I
is a
just used the
conjunction, it's not a
Spanish one.
prefix.
And
You
is
need-
ve. Ve is
Ve?
and. Ve.
So it's
Ve-
car, the,
Car vecham.
come.
Good. It's cold
Car
and hot.
Come.
Car.
The is and.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and is va. Right. It's and. And.
Okay, we're ready for the other tense, the past tense that we learned.
Mhm.
Atam muchanim,
No.
are you ready?
No.
Can.
And Susan said yes.
I'll try. No, I'm saying low, low, low.
Oh,
but Go
low.
ahead. Do it anyway.
The pronouns were all
Not
the
ready.
same as before.
Well, when you guys get to the end, there's a beautiful music video, another one that I found in Hebrew and in English. Oh, check this out. Hannah has prefixes that she learned in her school.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Oh,
that's very cool. This is Hannah's on it. And Tchilit is the top. That means prefixes in Hebrew.
thank you, Hannah.
Yeah, Hannah's
Thank
learning the same thing.
No, I'm
So-
not.
Yeah, she already knows it. She's beyond us.
No, I learned this like a long time ago.
Ah,
Okay.
what I mean, you're very
Right now-
beyond us.
Right now I'm on page.
But she's not learning conversational. So
Now I'm right on 87. It's my
everything,
homework.
I remember when I learned as a kid, everything was on the paper.
This is my homework,
Oh,
and you don't know what to do on this page.
No, we don't
Oh,
know
you
what to
do
do
it
on
every
anything.
day.
It's unusual that a kid's proud of their homework.
Kids are always
She's
proud of
very
their
good about doing her
aren't they?
homework. You know how to say homework in Hebrew, Hannah? Avodat bayit literally means work of the house. Avodah means work.
Avodah, buy it.
Yeah,
Hannah,
avodah is work of
Mitzion.
the house.
Da by it.
Avodah Bayit.
There was a preschool little song that I remember teaching the kids. Is Yom Rishon is Sunday. Yom Rishon avodah. That means Sunday is work. Yom Sheni is Monday. Yom Sheni avodah. Yom Shlishi avodah. Avodah. It'd be Yom Revi'i avodah. That's Wednesday. Yom Chamishi. Remember we learned the numbers like the second class. So Chamishi is literally like the second day. Monday is the second day. Tuesday is the third day. Every day we count down until Shabbat.
And Shabbat, no work. So how do you
Yom
say no? You
Shabbat,
just say
menucha. Yom
Manu-
Shabbat, menucha. Yeah.
Ooh, like a game.
But we didn't learn days of the week.
Well, are we stopping at 5:30? When are we stopping?
Do you guys want to continue to review what we did?
Yeah.
Let me know if you guys want to continue or if
Let's
you want to stop.
No, no way.
Let's keep going.
Just show
Okay.
the
Let's
Okay.
keep go.
picks a color
I want to pick a new color. Hannah's gonna make it exciting and pick a new color. Orange.
and delete everything.
Okay. Okay. So now we say I said in Hebrew is ani is I,
Name.
and then said is amarti.
Amarti.
Or you
I-
can just say amarti because the T at the end means I.
Oh, I see.
You don't have to use that. Also, you could also just use your this thing arrow. And you could
I'm
point
hard.
this.
I see.
Okay. I know I'm gonna do the where did the annotate go?
Just go to here, draw, and then click this. There, now you
Anna's my tech support. Okay. So how do we say you for masculine? You is
Ata amarta.
ata. So if you want to say you said ata amarta.
Ata Marta. You
Yeah, it
said.
rhymes. Ani amarti.
And this is
Ata.
undo over here.
I know, so. Ata amarta. Do you see the ta at the end? Ata and amarta.
Aha. Ata Amarta.
Broken the cover.
That's you said.
Yeah. So if you want to say to Jeffrey, did you say that? Like ata amarta? You said it?
Ata Amarta.
Yeah.
So get the page back on.
Now, if you want to say you said to Susan, what would you say? It would be not ata, it would be at.
Amart.
At amart.
Atamart.
Amart.
Yeah. And he in Hebrew is
Who?
who. Yeah. Who is he and he is she.
Ooh.
Me who's a
Who
he
am
is
I?
a who.
Who Amar and
Who
he Amar.
Amar is he said. Whoops. I
Who Amar and he Amar.
just
I should show you how to get rid of that.
who Amar. It's
Show
okay.
you how to
Don't worry
do
about it. Not right now. Who Amar is he
Amart.
said.
He Amart is she said.
He Amra is she said.
He
Amra.
amra.
Yeah. That's
He
the only one that doesn't rhyme. Oh, who Amar doesn't rhyme either.
Who Amar and
Let's do it from the beginning. Ani Amarti. Let's do it from the beginning.
Ani amarti.
Ani Amarti. Ata Amar.
Ata Amar.
Amarta.
At. What would it be?
At
At
Amar.
Amar. Who would be Amar.
Who Amar.
He
Who
Amra.
Amar.
He Amra.
Say it again. He
He
Amar.
Amra.
He Amar.
Amra.
Amra.
Amara.
He Amra.
Amra. Yeah.
Amra.
Amra or
Amra.
Amara?
Amra. Yeah. And if you want to say we, how do you say we?
Vana.
Anachnu. So
Anachnu.
we said as anachnu. Amarnu.
Amarnu.
You have the new and the at the end of Amar. Anachnu. Amarnu.
Amarnu. Yeah.
New
Marnu.
Atem.
Anaknu
Atem Amar. Tem.
Atem
A 10 Amar.
Aten Amar. Ten.
Amartem.
Ten
Yeah.
Amar.
10.
And
We
amarta.
say Haim Vahaim. Haim Vahaim is they and they. Haim Vahaim. Amru. Amru is the same for Haim and Haim. They
Oh,
said.
And Amru.
they
Both
said.
Amru. Very much like he Amra.
Yeah.
Hand.
Good.
Said.
He Ata Amarta. At
So
Amar.
we could do the same thing with speaking. I spoke. It would be ani
Amar.
dibarti, ata dibarta, at dibart, hu diber, he dibra, anachnu dibarnu, atem dibartem, aten dibarten, haim behaim dibru. Or if you want to say we ate, let's do the root word of eating. Ani achalti, ata achal, ta. Let's do it. Let's do it with achal. Let's see if you just hear the pattern. Ani
Ani
achal.
amar achal.
And achal is 8. I would say,
Okay.
I'd say ani ochelet, I'm eating. Or a man would say ani ochel. Ochel, ochelet, ochlim, ochlot is present tense. Past tense would be ani achal. Ti. Ata achal.
Ta.
Ta.
You forgot to
At achalt.
Oh.
Hu
Ahar.
achal.
Ahar.
you forgot to make a break.
Yeah. He achla.
Achla.
Anachnu achal.
Achal.
Atem achal. Tem.
Achal.
Aten achal.
10.
Aim behem achlu.
Because
Achru.
Morachani lose my Moore's last.
Morachani Lu is her teacher.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Ah.
Or if you want to say I went, let's do with the root word of going. Ani halach. What would the end be? Ani halach ti. Ata halach.
Oh.
What would it be? Ata halach. Ta. At halach. Hu halach.
Yeah.
He hal. Cha. Anachnu halach. Nu. Atem halach. Tem. Aten halach. Ten. Aim behem halchu.
Now pick a new color. That's a boring color.
So I don't expect you to remember every verb conjugation of everything, but if you could recognize something's past tense, if you want to say, I went to the store, you wouldn't say ani holechet. If you want to say I went, you would say ani, you know, it would have to rhyme. So ani halachti, right? Or if you want to say we went, anachnu, you wouldn't say anachnu holchim. If you want to say we went already, you'd say anachnu halachnu.
No.
But even if you would just like remember a little bit to jog your memory to just be able to learn more, this crash course, I don't expect everyone to remember everything. I hope people's brains don't feel like they're exploding. If you feel like that, don't worry.
Mine exploded already. I'm not absorbing anything.
No worries.
Now just leave everything and go to the video already.
Should we
Because
just
the
skip
vid-
it and skip to the video? And then
Yeah.
do you have the papers for the future? So I did, I have the papers of what we did for,
Hey,
we
just
did
go-
numbers.
just- mommy, just-
1 second, we did directions, numbers, directions.
Show you how to do that. Go to annotate.
Slacha kamaze ole.
Oh, kamazela, how much does it cost?
Kamaze ole.
Okay, so we'll just do that 1 sentence. We'll do 1 sentence per page since I think some people their brains are already done.
There's enough here for 2 lessons, actually.
Scrambled.
This was like all the lessons that we did. So if you feel like it's a little bit much,
This is enough for two sessions, actually.
yeah, it is really a lot. Okay, so we're just, for the next page, we're just gonna go to how much does it cost? The numbers everyone could just read on their own, which we did till, I think we did till 100, but I included 1,000. So how do we say excuse me? That's a good one to know. Is
Slacha.
slicha. How much does it cost? Is kama is how much?
Kamaze ole. Kamaze ole.
Ole is cost.
Kamaze
I'll
ole.
show you how to fix
Ole.
that.
Yeah,
Ole.
kama ze ole. How much does it cost?
It's too dark.
Okay. That's hard to remember.
Yeah, kama
Use
ze
the
ole.
light back. Ole.
I don't know why it's not doing that. Wait, maybe scroll.
Okay. Oh, here, I just did it like this. Okay,
Wait, scroll.
it's okay.
But that's just a blue pen.
And then we said, if you're asking directions, say AFO this or AFO that. If they'd say Yamina is to the right, Smola is to the left.
Ole.
Yamina smola.
Mean, small.
Yeah.
To
And
the
Kadima, I didn't write Kadima. Kadima is like forward. Or you could just say Yashar.
If
It's
you
also
go to
straight.
hand,
Sure.
the better. If you go to
Yeah.
hand, you click somewhere.
Yeah.
then you can see.
So we did small is left, but to the left is Smola.
Shimola.
Yeah.
Do
Yamin is right, to the right is Yamina.
Yamina to the right.
Yeah.
Yamina.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to stop share. I just want to,
do annotate.
yeah, where is
Let me show you. Annotate.
it?
Then you can pick a color. Pick a color. Pick a
We'll
black.
do exciting color. We'll do purple. Yeah, here. So yamin is right. Small is left. If you want to say to the right, it's yamina. To the left is smola.
Smola.
Someone left.
Yeah,
Someone left.
it's okay. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, for real.
Susan left.
It's okay. I'll send you the video.
Cause her head exploded.
Her
so
head
she
exploded.
stopped.
Yashar is straight.
Sure.
Lift note is to turn.
Left note.
Yeah.
Left note.
And a
Lift.
pia is a corner.
Yeah.
Corner.
Okay.
Okay, now you just gotta move and move.
And then I
move.
think the last page was just a thing of verbs.
Okay, then go to.
Oh, that's a good one. Oh, I've never seen that, but
Oh, yeah,
but
I
I
got it.
have that, right?
There.
They're all direct.
Show.
Yeah.
Look.
And here's just a few verbs. Lesachek is to play. Likro is to read.
To read.
To write is lichtov.
Lectove.
To write.
To drink is lishtot.
Lishtut. Lishtut.
To eat is le'echol.
Lehachol.
Paul.
To sleep is lishon.
Lishon.
To pay is lishalem.
Lishalem.
And to sit is lashevet.
Lishevet.
Yeah. And then you guys are all done. There's a beautiful music video if anyone wants to see it in Hebrew.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing that.
Let me
Let's
show
go
you
1
how-
second. Tanya said
I know how to show you.
Okay, could everyone see the screen that
No,
popped up?
no.
They can't see it. No, you gotta share it.
No, you're not sharing it.
Oh, okay, now we'll share it.
Go to here.
Hannah's my tech support. Thank you, Hannah.
Where's this? Do you see it?
Yeah.
Okay, this is a music video that they said it. He said it in Hebrew and then in English.
Wait.
Is that on YouTube?
It's on YouTube. Yeah, it's from Ari Goldwag. It's about how God protects us, and it ends with Shema Yisrael, which I thought was really nice.
What's the title?
It's called Shomer Yisrael, which is the guardian of Israel. Okay, you guys
Okay.
ready?
Yeah.
Everyone see it?
Wait, no, do you hear?
Could they see?
Do you hear?
Could everyone hear it or no?
We hear it just fine. We hear it just fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Slumbers and never sleeps. In his embrace, he always keeps us safe. So keep your faith. Shine, Israel. Shine, Israel. The Elohim, Israel. Elohim, Shema Israel. Shema Israel. Guardian of Israel. Protect your people, Israel. And those who say, Israel. Those who say, Shema Israel. Shema Israel. sure you make it through the never smooth lives. And his grace he always keeps us safe. Keep your faith.
Okay, now we'll stop it. So I was thinking to end off, because this is our last class, it just reminded me, since the end of the video, it said Ha'omrim Shema Yisrael. Omrim is we say, right? Plural. Omer, Omeret, Omrim, Omrot. Ha'omrim Shema Yisrael. So I was thinking it's a good, I know a lot of times there's a lot of prayers in the Siddur, but the Shema prayer is one of the most, like, it's one of like the very, very lofty prayers.
Mhm.
We'll just do the first verse in Hebrew. Now, when we go to sleep, when we say the Shema prayer before when we wake up in the morning, and also when we go to sleep at night, it's part of the prayers, like in the middle of the morning prayer, and also right before we go to sleep. So I was thinking we could all practice doing the first verse out loud, and then we could practice saying Shema before we go to sleep at night tonight. Just like it said that God always protects us, and we say Shema Yisrael, it's like Hashem's protection. Have a restful night. Okay, so it's customary to close our eyes, and the reason is, or cover your eyes like this, and the reason is to block everything else out, just to be able to think about it. So we say Shema Yisrael. Shema means listen. Shema Yisrael. Literally, it means listen, Israel. Listen, Jewish people. We're literally telling ourselves, listen, like our neshama. We want our neshama to listen, to hear what we're saying. And so let's say it again. Shema Yisrael. And then we're going to say God's name. Well, we could say God's name if we say the whole verse. So then we're not saying it in vain. So we're going to say the whole verse together, but then I'll go through what each word means. So let's do it together from the beginning. Shema Yisrael. Yisrael. Shema Yisrael. Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. So it literally means Shema Yisrael, listen Israel, listen Jewish people. We're also telling yourself, we're telling Neshama, listen, I want you to hear. Adon means master. With I don't want to say the whole word if I don't say the whole verse, because I don't want to say God's name in vain. But it's my master, like my God. And then, so that's like making it personal. It's my God is my God. And then the next word is our God, like all the Jewish people's God, the whole world's God. Our God. New is our. So, we could say it when we don't say the whole word. We say Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu, but it's really not Elokeinu. It's with a hey. I'll say it when we do the whole thing together. And then Adon with a Y at the end. And my God. Echad is one. So literally, it doesn't just mean that God is one and not 2 or 3 or 4. What does it mean that God is one? Did anyone ever think about that?
Yeah.
Well, that's the whole thing about we don't pray to pagan gods, and that there's only one God.
Right. So that's the literal translation is exactly what Varda said. It's because we don't worship any other power. We only worship God alone.
Yeah.
That's the simple translation. Chassidus explains in a more deeper sense is that God is one, meaning that when you see the world, when you see things in front of you, there's a echad, there's godliness in everything. The world is not separate from God. So if a person thinks my job is, because I have to work and I have to pay my bills, so I can't keep Shabbat because I got to pay my bills. God is one. There's nothing at your job, and everything in the world really is, God is animating everything. It's just a challenge. God makes challenges for us so that we're not like angels that just have like everything just super duper easy. God wants us to be challenged and then choose to do what God wants. It's like if you're playing soccer and there's no offense, there's no defense, it's just the goal, and you have a ball and there's nothing preventing you from getting the goal in. So it's not fun. You know what I mean? It's like there's no kunst of getting a goal in the of getting a ball in the goal if there's like nothing in front of it and no one in front of it stopping. If you have obstacles in front of things and then and you got it in anyways, then you got a point, right? So it's like it reminds us that Einod milvado, there's nothing else besides for Hashem. That Shema Yisrael, we say, hear, O Israel, hear my neshama, like I want my neshama to hear. And God is one. Everything in it has godliness in it. And everything's for the purpose of serving Hashem. Everything in the world. My job is so that I could serve God. My friends, my house, my car, everything I have, everything in the world has a spark of godliness in it. And the purpose of it is to serve Hashem. So I thought it would be a nice way to end off the 6-week course with Shema Yisrael. My daughter actually found the music video and I was like, oh, I was looking for something with Hebrew and English subtitles. And I thought that was a beautiful way to end it. I'll say, look, we'll all watch it together. Yeah, Varda, what did you say?
Oh, it was beautiful. Yofi.
Oh, is a Yofi is how nice. Yeah. So let's practice doing the Shema again one more time, the whole verse. We'll cover our eyes to block everything else out.
Okay.
Shema Israel Adonai Eloheinu
Eloheinu
Adonai
Adonai
Echad.
Echad.
You got it.
Yay.
To remind us that Einod milvado, there's nothing else that exists that's an independent existence except for Hashem. So it's like the rays of the sunlight in the sun. You would say like this is a ray. It's only a ray once it's like separate from the sun. But in the sun globe itself, you wouldn't say this ray exists. So the world exists if we don't realize that it's God in the sun globe. But yeah, thank you all. You stuck it out to the end.
I want to
Sure.
watch it again.
Good. And share it.
YouTube.
Yeah, it's a beautiful video. It's called Shomer Yisrael. The Shomer is, remember we learned present tense, Shomer, Shomeret, Shomrim, Shomrot. You have the O sound, it's present tense. So God is constantly protecting us, present tense.
Okay. That's with Ari Gold, right?
Yeah. Oh, and there was also, did you guys ever hear the story with the matzah in the fields? Did you guys ever hear that story? It's along the same lines as the music video.
I didn't see the music video on that
The music
one.
video that we saw, the Shomer Yisrael, the one I just showed you guys.
Uh-huh.
There's a story actually that I don't know how many years it happened ago. Probably maybe about 5 years ago around it happened. That you know, we have the Shmura matzah that Ellie always gives out when it before Passover. So Shmura means watch, like Shomer Yisrael has the same word of shamar.
Oh.
So there was a story that happened one time that basically the Shmura matzah, from the time the wheat is grown, they watch it, they go and check on it to make sure that no water got in contact with it. So that they could use it for the Shmura matzah. Because Shmura means watched, like watched matzah. So one time they heard, one time it was there was a bunch of rabbis that were going to this empty field and they were going to check on the matzah. And all of a sudden they heard rumbling underneath them. And they realized this is not good if there's rumbling. Like that means there's something going on underneath where they were that's dangerous. So they right away they called the Israeli army and they let them know where they were and that they heard rumbling underneath the ground. So basically they said, oh, thank you for letting us know. They'll send dispatchers like right there to that point. And basically they sent people from the IDF to that point of where they were. And what had happened was that there were terror tunnels that were underneath the ground. What they were planning on doing, the Palestinians, was going, because they couldn't go through the border, they'd get caught doing terrorist activities if they were caught through the border. So they were planning on making these terror tunnels under the ground. And they thought in this area, no one's going to see because it's an empty lot. It's not like if there would be rumbling in a place that there'd be a lot of people, then people would see, like they would know. And they would inform the IDF. They thought they weren't going to be caught because they were going under the ground where nobody was. Like it was an empty land. So basically they had planned a whole bunch of terror attacks that day, but the IDF got them and was able to shut it down in time. And they got the terrorists and they saved hundreds of people from getting killed that day.
Mm.
So we say that Hine lo yanam v'lo yishan, God neither slumbers nor sleeps.
Yes.
We're the Jewish nation of Israel is like everyone wants to attack from all sides.
Mm.
If not for God's constant watch of the Jewish people, then we wouldn't be here today. So Hine lo yanam v'lo yishan, God doesn't slumber or sleep. God's watching us with the Shmora Matzah, and when we say Shema at night, it reminds us of, that God is
Mhm.
God's oneness, God's unity, and it helps us be protected. We say Shema. So when we go to sleep tonight, they'll remember to say the Shema Yisrael. Now the first verse everyone could say in Hebrew.
Yes.
Yeah, and Echad, the numbers, we didn't get the numbers. Hashem Echad, Echad is one. That was the next page, but I think everyone was information overload. When we, when we
I remember the word ikad, because 0 is Ephes, and then
this is 0. You got it.
and then 1 is ikad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I so appreciate you doing this. This has been
Thank
really, really, really good.
Thank you for joining.
Thanks, Mashki.
Sure.
Greatly appreciated. Toda.
Bavakasha.
We can say Shabbat.
Bye-bye.
Toda.
Thank you, Jeffrey. You were here from the way beginning, the first class.
Yes.
Made it to all of them.
Yeah, just out of curiosity, is anyone interested in learning the alphabet and just how to read?
Yeah, I need to learn how to do that.
Because now we did conversational. Usually it goes the other way. I thought most people knew already how to read, but then I realized when I was doing it, everyone was asking for the transliteration, that not everyone knew how to read.
No, I don't know how to read.
Yes, a 6-week course on Crash Course How to Read Hebrew would be good.
I'll see.
I want to do it because
I like to do that.
I want to do it. I want to teach you because I know it's so good.
That would
Oh,
actually be
Hannah,
good.
I would love you to read it there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've taught multiple times how to read with also the Kabbalah of the alphabet, so you don't get bored of just reading. There's a lot of deep explanations to the letters and why the letter is called that, and it helps you remember the letter, and it also it's a lot of deep, meaningful Torah thoughts that you'll get with each letter also.
That would be good, Mishki.
That would be great.
Because when you're learning the Hebrew language, it's not just like learning another language, it's learning the spiritual DNA of the world. Each letter has its significance, has its meaning. And so when you learn how to read, you're also learning how to tap into the Hebrew language and its core.
Isn't that what the Kabbalah is talks about? It's in the Kabbalah a lot about numbers and the unity of the world.
Right. Yeah, the Kabbalah talks about the unity of God in all of creation, and starting with the Aleph base, which is like the spiritual DNA of creation.
I would love to learn that.
But can I have to be next to you?
Yeah.
Well, everybody have a great evening. Thank you so much.
Sure. Take care. All the best. Shalom. Hitraot.
להתראות.
Lehitraot.